It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
2nd and 11. He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Rashee Rice, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. So the Chiefs opt to keep the offense out there, and they'll line up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. It's caught. And it's 8-0.
It makes the score Chiefs 8, Falcons 0.
Tell you what, they're not messing around. You get the quick touchdown, and then you go for 2 to go up 8-0 here on the road.
In a sense, they hit them with a big shot right away. You don't throw a jab after you throw the haymaker, right? Go ahead and go for 2. They did. They're in control.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A quick throw, but incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They come in a top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
You have to like the way that they've played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Second and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now he's going to step up and run. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. A gain of 13 yards. And a first down, Chiefs.
Back to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. That was a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made it their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
And the conversion good. He's got it. So the lead swells to 16-0. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Well, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Cup 19, Cup 19. 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Go.
2nd and 1. incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Back. 70 Lions. Hurt. Check. Panther. Riggs.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Falcons. Malik Willis, 52 yards. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Point after, right down the middle. And that trims the lead down to 9.
Chiefs 16, Falcons 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Well, Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jalen Walker. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. To the right side and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. 23 yards, the final tally.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready. 60. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Falcons are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Palmer. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Palmer. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Go street. Ready.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Check smash! Check smash! 18 Pioneer!
Now this time he'll look to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. A big play there on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Cougar 19! Check!
They'll run on first down. It's Palmer. And they'll get this down to the 10. 10 more there and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fool them with the inside run.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hurt! Steady!
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Malik Willis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 2.
Falcons 14.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
James Pierce
in there to drop him for a loss on the play. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Here's 3rd and 10.
They'll set up to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by A.J. Terrell.
Intercepted. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Let's go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
60, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 19 tight, 19 tight. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
Back to throw here.
We'll get that complete to Velo.
2 yards on the pickup there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
19 Tiger, 19 street.
He'll drop to throw.
He'll try and do this himself.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they can at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
First down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now back to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
From down at the 12, it's first and 10.
And the first down, Chiefs.
They'll look to throw here.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
From the 7, it's second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sign of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. They're going to look to throw.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Back to throw now on second and 10.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Pat the street. Ready.
On the draw, Robinson.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
12 more yards there and another first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's second down.
It's second and 8 at the 15-yard line.
Right there, hurt. 60 Eagles. Cowboy 80. Ready.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Malik Willis
Keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Falcons have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 5. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
James Pierce
Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Here we go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Check. Hurt. Rig alert.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Cowboy 80. Ready.
On 1st down, Palmer. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Cowboy 80. 7 Pirates. Go, Stevie. Trap 60. 18 Rattler. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Looking to throw.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Cougar 19. Let go. Let go.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
70 Lions. Panther Street. Check smash. Check smash.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Hey, smash Broncos. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Check smash, check smash. Set, hey. Ready,
And he gets in. Touchdown Atlanta. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
31, Chiefs 19.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 19 tight, 19 to
look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. Now he's going to step up and run.
And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score.
And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Falcons. Big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Now they'll tuck this and run.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
2nd and 10.
His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
First down, Kansas City.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Chiefs have cut it back within a score. And what a throw that was, Charles. You think about the situation, close game, fourth quarter, rookie quarterback. He doesn't seem phased one bit.
So much for bright lights, big city, and will he wilt? Not at all. The stage not too big, the moment not too big at all. They needed points on that series, and not only did he produce a touchdown drive, but how about finishing it off with a big play that only adds to the momentum that they've already established.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move, nice run, winds up getting about 6.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 3.
65, Temple 80, Buffalo 18.
They'll drop to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Palmer. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 Lions. Cup 19, Cup 19. 65 cat, 65 cat. Ready.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 70 Lions. Check, 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 check.
Robinson up the middle.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Bijan Robinson.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Falcons get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Chiefs 33.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
first and 10.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Kansas City Chiefs.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's first and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Now he's going to step up and run. That is incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's pulled in by Wilson.
Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of that.
They have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and then completions to use the clock.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Second and 3.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Here we go, first and goal.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game.
Makes the score Falcons 45, Chiefs 40.
So with it even 30 seconds to go, everything will come down to this onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Y'all got to pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We might know Power Rangers. Mine also dangerous. Y'all talk about...
Second down and a yard.
Down. Ready.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he's across for a late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. To try here for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Falcons 52, Chiefs 40.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one is incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Now back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Nahshon Wright.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Atlanta, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.